Welcome to another heart-stealing story. This tale is a wild ride of love, deception, and a twist that will melt your heart. Meet a man whose plan to spark jealousy ignites a fire he never expected. Hold on tight. You won't believe where this journey ends. Evan Carter leaned against the bar at the Rusty Anchor, a cozy Seattle pub, nursing a beer and a bruised ego. At 29, he was a graphic designer with a quick smile, but heart still raw from his breakup with Mia, his high school sweetheart. She left him 6 months ago for a corporate hotshot, and tonight she was here with her new guy, laughing across the room. Evan's plan was simple: make her jealous with a fake date. He'd posted on a local forum, hiring a stranger to play his girlfriend for the night. Enter Riley Quinn, a 27-year-old photographer with a mischievous grin and auburn hair that caught the light like fire. She slid into the booth, her eyes sparkling with confidence. "Ready to make her regret it?" she whispered, her voice playful but sharp. Evan nodded, his heart racing, not just from the plan, but from Riley's energy. Mia glanced their way, her smile faltering. Was this scheme about to backfire in ways Evan couldn't imagine? Riley was a natural, laughing at Evan's jokes, her hand brushing his as she leaned closer. She wore a leather jacket and a charm that made the pub's dim lights seem brighter. Evan played along, his grin genuine despite himself, as Mia's eyes darted toward them. The plan was working. Too well, maybe. "So what's the deal with your ex?" Riley asked, sipping her drink, her gaze piercing. Evan spilled the story. Mia's ambition, their drift, her new life with Mr. Perfect. Riley listened, her empathy unexpected, her quips making him laugh for real. "She's missing out," she said, winking. Mia approached, her new boyfriend trailing. "Evan, you look happy," she said, her tone clipped. Riley's arm looped through his, her smile dazzling. Was Mia jealous, or was Evan falling for his own game? Mia lingered, her eyes flicking between Evan and Riley. "This is new," she said, her voice laced with curiosity. Evan's chest tightened. He wanted her to care, but now it felt hollow. Riley's hand squeezed his, grounding him, her act flawless as she introduced herself as his new adventure. Back at their table, Riley dropped the act, her eyes softening. "You okay?" she asked. Evan nodded, but her question stirred something. She wasn't just playing a role. She saw him, scars and all. He hadn't expected that from a higher date. As Mia left with her boyfriend, Evan caught Riley's gaze, her smile disarming. Was he still pretending, or was something real blooming between them? The pub grew louder, but Evan and Riley were in their own world. She shared stories of her photography gigs, her passion lighting up her face. Evan found himself opening up about his art, his dreams of designing for a big studio. Her laughter was infectious, her questions sharp but kind. "You're not what I expected," Evan admitted, his guard slipping. Riley grinned, leaning closer. "Good. I hate predictable." Their banter flowed, and for the first time in months, Evan forgot about Mia. But a text from her buzzed his phone. "Can we talk?" "Alone." Evan's heart skipped. Was Mia rethinking things? Or was Riley the one he couldn't let go? Evan stared at Mia's text, his mind a tug of war. Riley noticed, her eyes narrowing. "Ex-drama?" she asked, her tone light but probing. Evan nodded, showing her the message. She shrugged, but her smile tightened. "Your call, but don't lose yourself chasing ghosts." He met me outside, her perfume a painful reminder of their past. "I miss you," she said, her eyes soft. Seeing you with her, it hurt. Evan's heart twisted. Mia's words were what he'd wanted, but they felt wrong now. Riley's laughter echoed in his mind. Back inside, Riley was chatting with bartender, her ease magnetic. Was Evan about to ruin something real for a fading dream? Evan sat back down, Mia's words heavy on his shoulders. Riley raised an eyebrow, her voice teasing. "So, did she beg you to take her back?" Evan laughed, surprising himself. Something like that. He didn't want to talk about Mia. He wanted to know more about Riley. They stayed until closing, sharing stories of heartbreak and hope. Riley's past wasn't perfect, failed gigs, a runaway dad, but her resilience drew Evan in. As they stepped into the chilly Seattle night, she hugged him, her warmth lingering. "You're not bad at this fake date thing," she said. Evan's phone buzzed again, Mia asking to meet tomorrow. Would he chase the past or follow this new spark? Evan ignored Mia's text, instead asking Riley for coffee the next day. "Not part of the deal," she teased, but agreed, her eyes bright. They met at a quirky cafe, its walls lined with local art. Riley's camera hung around her neck, her passion for capturing moments infectious. Over lattes, Evan sketched on a napkin, Riley snapping photos of his hands at work. Their chemistry was effortless, but doubt crept in. Was Riley just being kind, or did she feel it too? He wanted to ask, but fear held him back. Mia called, her voice urgent. "I need to see you, Evan. Tonight." Would he risk this new connection for old wounds? Evan met Mia at a park, her face softer than the night before. "I made a mistake," she said, tears in her eyes. "You were my home." Evan's heart ached, but Riley's laugh, her fire, flashed in his mind. Mia's regret felt like a trap, not love. He left, promising to think it over, but his thoughts were on Riley. He called her, nervous, and she answered with a quip. "Miss me already?" They planned to meet at a gallery opening, her photos on display. Evan felt alive, but Mia's words lingered like a shadow. At home, he found a note slipped under his door. Don't trust her. Was it Mia or something more sinister? The gallery was alive with light and chatter, Riley's photos stealing the show. Her images, gritty streets, fleeting smiles, captured life's raw beauty. Evan watched her work the room, her confidence magnetic, but the note burned in his pocket. Who didn't want to trust her? Riley pulled him to a photo of a lone figure in the rain, her voice soft. "That's me, always chasing the storm." Evan felt a pull, but the note's warning gnawed at him. He asked, "Anyone ever try to mess with your life?" Her eyes darkened, but she shrugged. "Plenty." As they left, a man watched from the shadows, his face familiar. Mia's boyfriend. Was he behind the note? Evan spotted Mia's boyfriend, Derek, outside the gallery. "What's your deal?" Evan asked, his voice steady. Derek smirked. "Just looking out for Mia. You're playing games with that photographer." Evan's fist clenched. Was Derek the note's author, or was Mia pulling strings? Riley overheard, her eyes sharp. "Let's go, Evan. He's not worth it." Her hand on his arm calmed him, but Derek's words stung. Back at her studio, Riley admitted, "I've had stalkers before, old clients, jealous types." Evan's heart sank. Was she hiding something? The note's warning echoed. Could he trust Riley, or was Derek right about games? Evan couldn't shake the doubt. He searched Riley's name online, finding glowing reviews, but also a forum post accusing her of fraud. A disgruntled client, maybe. He showed Riley, her face paling. "That was years ago," she said. "A guy who wouldn't take no for an answer." She showed him emails proving her innocence, her vulnerability raw. Evan felt guilty for doubting her, but the note's handwriting matched one in Mia's car. Was Mia orchestrating this to win him back? He needed answers, but confronting her risked everything. Riley touched his hand. "I'm real, Evan. Are you?" Could he let go of suspicion and embrace her? Evan met Mia at a diner, the note in his pocket. "Did you leave this?" he asked, holding it up. Mia's eyes widened, but she shook her head. "I wouldn't do that." Her denial felt rehearsed, her hands fidgeting. Evan pressed. "Then who?" She admitted Derek was jealous, maybe watching him. Evan's blood boiled. Derek, not Mia, was a shadow. But as he left, Mia grabbed his arm. "I still love you," she whispered. Her words felt like a hook, pulling him back to a past he no longer wanted. Riley texted, inviting him to a photo shoot by the pier. Could he leave Mia behind for good? The Seattle pier glowed under twilight, Riley's camera clicking as she captured the waves. Evan joined her, his heart lighter in her presence. She handed him the camera, teaching him to frame a shot, their hands brushing. "You're a natural," she said, her smile warm. But Derek appeared, his face dark. "You're a fool, Evan. She's using you." Riley spun, her voice sharp. "Back off, creep." Derek lunged, grabbing Evan's jacket, but Riley pushed between them, fearless. The peer crowd watched, phones out, filming. Evan pulled Derek away, his voice firm. "Leave us alone." Derek stormed off, but his threat lingered. What was he planning? At Riley's studio, she opened up about her past, a stalker who'd sabotaged her career, leaving her wary of trust. "I took your job to have fun," she said, "but you're different." Evan's heart raced. Her words mirrored his feelings, but Derek's threat loomed. He told her about the note. "Mia, Derek." Riley's eyes hardened. "They're scared of you moving on," she said. Evan nodded, realizing he was done with Mia's games. He wanted Riley, real, raw, fearless Riley. But a crash outside her studio made them freeze. Was Derek back, or was it worse? They found Riley's studio door ajar. Photos scattered, her camera smashed. Evan's heart sank. Derek's work, no doubt. Riley's hand shook, but her voice was steel. "He won't break me." She called the police, while Evan swept up, his anger simmering. The officer took their statements, noting Derek's history. Riley showed Evan a photo she'd kept, a shot of them at the pub, laughing real. "This is worth fighting for," she said. Evan's chest tightened. He was falling hard, but a text from an unknown number chilled him. "You'll both pay." Was Derek escalating, or was Mia involved? Evan and Riley met with Detective Sarah, who traced the text to a burner phone linked to Derek. "He's our record. Harassment mostly," Sarah said. "We're watching him." Riley's jaw tightened, her fear masked by resolve. Evan admired her strength, but worry gnawed at him. They dug deeper, finding Derek's posts online, ranting about Riley's schemes. Evan recognized Mia's influence in the words. She was fueling Derek's rage. He confronted her by text, demanding answers. Her reply was vague. "I just want you back." Riley planned a new exhibit to reclaim her space. Would Evan stand by her, or would Derek strike again? Riley's new exhibit opened in a downtown gallery, her photos bolder, rawer. Evan helped hang them, his sketches beside her work, their art a quiet partnership. The crowd buzzed, but Evan's eyes scanned for Derek. Riley squeezed his hand. "We've got this," she said. Halfway through, Mia arrived alone, her face unreadable. "I'm sorry," she said, but Evan saw no regret in her eyes. Riley stepped forward, her voice calm. "Leave, Mia. This isn't your story." The crowd watched, tension thick. As Mia left, a fire alarm blared. Was it a prank or Derek's next move? The crowd evacuated, Riley clutching her camera, Evan guiding her out. No smoke, no flames, just a pulled alarm. Detective Sarah was there, her eyes sharp. "This is Derek's name all over it," she said, pulling security footage. Evan's heart pounded. Derek was close, too close. Riley refused to let fear win. "We go back in," she said, her voice fierce. The gallery reopened, her photos drawing gasps. Evan's sketches a quiet compliment. Their bond grew, but Sarah called. "Derek's in custody. He's talking." What had Derek confessed? And would it end the threat for good? Sarah revealed Derek's plan. He'd pulled the alarm to ruin Riley's night, egged on by Mia's texts. "She wanted you back, Evan," Sarah said. She used him. Evan felt a mix of anger and relief. Mia's hold was broken, but her betrayal stung. Riley listened, her hand in his. "You didn't fall for it," she said, her smile soft. Evan nodded, his heart clear. He wanted Riley, not the past. They returned to the exhibit, the crowd cheering, their art a testament to resilience. But Mia's silence worried Evan. Was she truly gone, or planning one last move? Days later, Derek faced charges, his threats empty without Mia's backing. Evan and Riley grew closer, their dates no longer fake. They explored Seattle, her camera capturing their laughter, his sketches mapping their journey. Evan felt alive, free from Mia's ghost. Mia texted once, a weak apology, but Evan deleted it. Riley was his future, her fire, her heart, her truth. They planned a joint art show, blending their work, their lives. The city buzzed, their story inspiring others. But a package arrived at Riley's studio. No sender, just a photo of them, marked with a red X. Was someone new watching? Detective Sarah traced the package to a courier. No leads on the sender. Riley shrugged it off, her voice steady. I've dealt with worse. But Evan saw fear in her eyes, mirroring his own. They fortified her studio, their bond a shield against the unknown. They worked on their show. Evan's sketches bolder, Riley's photos rawer. Friends rallied, guarding the studio, sharing their story online. Evan felt their support, but the red X haunted him. Was it a prank or a new enemy? Riley kissed him, her voice soft. We're stronger than this. Could they face this shadow together? The joint show opened, Seattle's art scene buzzing. Evan's sketches of Riley, her eyes her fire, hung beside her photos of the city's heart. The crowd loved it, but Evan scanned for threats. The red X burned in his mind. Sarah patrolled, her presence reassuring. Riley spoke, her voice clear. This is our story, love over fear. Evan joined her, his hand in hers, their art a defiance of doubt. The crowd cheered, but a man in a hoodie lingered, his face hidden. Was he the sender? Sarah signaled Evan, her eyes sharp. We're watching him. Would the night end in triumph or terror? The hoodie man slipped out, but Sarah's team caught him. A former client of Riley's, obsessed, not connected to Mia. He confessed the package, seeking to scare her. You're too happy, he spat. Evan's fist clenched, but Riley's calm stopped him. He's nothing, she said. The show continued, their art selling out, their story viral. Evan felt pride, not for fame, but for Riley's strength. She kissed him under the gallery lights, whispering, We did this. The threat was gone, but Evan sensed a final test coming. A letter arrived and signed. You won't last. Was it over, or just beginning? Evan showed Riley the letter, her face unreadable. Another ghost, she said, tossing it aside. But Evan saw her hands shake. They met with Sarah, who found no leads. The letter was a dead end. Evan's heart ached. He wanted to protect Riley, not just love her. They retreated to her studio, painting and photographing, their art a refuge. Evan confessed his fear. I don't want to lose you. Riley's eyes softened. You won't. We're real. Her words anchored him, but doubt lingered. A call from Mia's number startled them. Was she back, or was it a trick? Evan answered, but it wasn't Mia, just her assistant, clearing her old phone. She's gone, moved to New York, the voice said. Evan exhaled, relief flooding him. Riley laughed, her tension easing. Told you, ghosts. They kissed, the studio their sanctuary. Sarah confirmed Mia's departure. The threats tied to client, not her. Evan and Riley planned a trip, a break from Seattle's chaos. They'd photograph and sketch the coast, their love a canvas. Friends cheered, their story inspiring hope. But a final package arrived. No note, just a photo of them unmarked. Was it a gift or a warning? Evan and Riley drove to the coast, her camera clicking, his sketchbook open. The photo, they decided, was a fan's gift, not a threat. Their love felt stronger, forged in fire. They laughed, planned, dreamed, together unstoppable. Back in Seattle, their show toured, inspiring others to fight fear with art. Sarah closed the case, the client behind bars. Evan felt peace, his heart no longer chasing Mia's shadow, but basking in Riley's light. At a cliffside, Riley snapped a photo of Evan, his smile free. This is us, she said. Was this there forever? Evan didn't propose or chase a fairy tale. Instead, he and Riley made a pact to create, to fight, to love without fear. They opened a studio, teaching kids to paint and shoot, their art a gift to the city. Seattle embraced them, their story a beacon. Friends joined, building a community around their work. The threats faded, replaced by love letters from fans. Evan sketched Riley daily, her fire his muse. She photographed his heart, capturing his growth. But one question lingered. Could they keep this vow no matter what came? Their studio became a hub, kids from tough neighborhoods finding hope in brushes and lenses. Evan taught, his patience endless, while Riley's photos told their stories. They weren't rich, but they were rich in purpose. Their love the foundation. A mural rose in Seattle. Their art blended, a symbol of resilience. Fans shared their story. Hashtags trending. Evan felt Mia's shadow gone, replaced by a future he'd never dreamed. Riley's hand in his was home. But a storm loomed. A city grant for their studio was at risk. Could they save it? The grant hearing was tense. A developer eyeing their studio's land. Evan spoke, his voice raw, telling their story. Fake date to true love. Riley showed photos, kids' faces glowing with hope. The crowd cheered, the city council swayed. They won the grant, their studio safe. Friends celebrated, painting the walls with new dreams. Evan and Riley stood outside, the city alive around them. We did it, she whispered, her eyes bright. Evan nodded, his heart full. One last package arrived, a kid's drawing of them, hearts above. Was this their true legacy? At a studio event, a kid handed Evan a photo Riley had taken. Them laughing, unaware, love in every line. You're my heroes, the kid said shy. Evan's eyes misted. Riley had stolen his heart, not with a plan, but with truth. Riley spoke to crowd, her voice clear. We faked a date, but found real love. The kids cheered, painting a mural of their story. Evan joined her, his sketchbook open, their future a blank page they'd fill together. As Seattle glittered, Evan knew his heart wasn't just stolen. It was home, forever hers. Thank you for diving into Evan and Riley's unforgettable journey. If this story warmed your heart, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and drop a comment about what moved you most. Subscribe to our channel for more gripping stories that blend love and adventure.